Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here. Welcome to our crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. In life, I have come across some amazing stories of warrior saints in real life who are out there doing the business and living life the way Christ has called us to live. Today, I have a great story to share with you. Something that has impacted my own mindset, my own life, and is really, truly an inspiring life story. Today, we get to meet my friend Irving Hernandez. Irving was formerly in a gang. Now he is a catechumen to become an Orthodox Christian. And the arc of that story is fabulous. So, without further ado, Irving, welcome.
Chris.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
How's it going?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Kind of tired from work. I literally before I came here, had to tell my guys how to do some certain stuff, and then went back home, got ready, came over here.
Well, I appreciate you doing it.
Of course.
We'll talk more about work in a minute, but I love that you have like a crew and guys and all. I love it. So let's just jump into it because I as I said to you, I'm so impressed by you and your story. Tell me the origins. Where were you in life that? Well, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Where were you born, raised, all that good stuff?
So I was born and raised in Oxnard, California. My parents, they were both born in Mexico. They moved to Oxnard, California because of the farming communities there.
Yeah.
That's how they found it work. So I spent there mostly half of my life until like I was 12. My parents wanted to move out of there because there was a lot of gang problems during the 90s and early 2000s in Oxnard. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of killings. Even though it's a small town, a suburban area.
Yeah.
There was still a lot of huge gang problems over there. So my family left over there and we moved to Mesa, Arizona. But then we kept moving back and forth because it was hard to find work here, and it was easier to live over there in Oxnard because the work is always consistent. But then during the 2008 recession, when my parents lost their house over there in Oxnard, that's when we started staying here in Arizona because they got their house.
Got it.
We lived in Mesa for quite a while, and it was different. There was not a lot of gang problems. There was gangs in Arizona, but it's not like as huge over there in California.
Got it.
And then whatchamacallit. And yeah, I was actually a pretty good kid. I listened to my parents. I got straight A's. I was pretty good. I was honor roll, principal roll.
Really?
All that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What a boy.
Yeah.
I love it. So was there a moment when you entered that life, and what was what was the trigger? What got you there?
So basically what happened was during the time in Oxnard, like early 2000, there was a thing called the gang injunctions. So basically in Oxnard, or Ventura County basically,
yeah.
The court passed a law where you can't even hang out, like if there's more than 3 people, they arrest you.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out, loitering at a known gang area, you get arrested. So they were like cracking down on gangs a lot. So a lot of my family that are part of the gangs, they started moving to other places. Some of them moved to Oregon, some of them moved to Utah, and a bunch of them moved here in Arizona. So then when they came over here in Arizona, and since like I was 12, 13 at the time, I finally realized, what gangs are, because over there I didn't realize what it was. So then my cousins started doing their gang stuff here. They brought all their California stuff, brought it over here, started making their own little crew here. And then all of a sudden, that's when I started getting part of it. Because in junior high, I used to get bullied a lot.
Yeah.
I had no friends, like at all. So when my cousins started coming, all my family started living here, I finally felt like, hey, I have friends now. I have my family here with me. They protected me. And then a lot of them were really hardcore gangbangers. Right now, some of them are in prison. Some of them, they're resting in peace.
Yeah.
So they introduced me into that life. And then they started, they jumped me in for like a minute. Jump in is where they basically beat you down for like a good while. And I got jumped in when I was like 13 going on 14. And then ever since I've just been in that life.
Yeah.
And
you said jumped in for a minute. Is that a long period of time?
Oh yeah, that's a long. I
was gonna say.
Yeah, it's a long time where they just beat you, even though, because a lot of the kids nowadays, they just claim to be in the gang, but they never got initiated in that way.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff they see in the movies, a lot of people say like, oh, it's 13 seconds or 30 seconds. No, there's some that literally beat you for a minute or two if they enjoy.
Yeah.
If they enjoy it, yeah.
So why did they enjoy doing that to you? You're so
I don't
good.
know. I was a skinny kid, but they're just trying to tough me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause they saw that how I used to get bullied a lot. I used to get beat up a lot when I was, in junior high.
Yeah.
I used to get even if I was in the gang, I caused a lot of fights.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm admitted. I lost a lot of them.
Yeah.
I lost so much of them.
Yeah.
But a lot of people respected it because I stood my ground even though I got my butt kicked all the time.
Yeah. So what was your life like? And if you could just, whatever you're comfortable to tell us, like the day-to-day ones after that initiation.
Yeah, so after that, it was, like, I guess you could say it was pretty fun. Because I went out a lot. I went cruising with my cousins because they all had lowriders. We went cruising all the time. We went to parties. I was like 13 and 14 already smoking weed and drinking.
Yeah.
And for me, when I first started, I was nervous. Like, to be honest, I was scared because I was like, oh, I never smoked weed before. I never drank.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was betraying my parents because they were really strict on me because they never wanted me to be in that life.
Right.
So then in the beginning, it was fun. Like, it was super fun. But then that's when a lot of stuff started happening because now everybody's either killing each other. Because even though, like, there was our crew, and then there was, like, other crews in Mesa and Phoenix. There was, like, other gangs that were cool with us. But then it's just like a dog-eat-dog world. Like, they all talk about being loyal to each other, having fun with each other, and all that stuff. But they all turn each other.
Really.
They betray each other all the time. So a lot of my cousins end up in prison because there were some snitches. Some of them got killed by their own friends over money, over drugs, and over and it was pretty bad. It was really, really bad. I lost like 4 cousins, and then I lost a lot of friends as well. And it was just really bad. Over there in Oxnard, it was worse because I lost more cousins over there.
Mm-hmm.
In Utah, yeah, there's some gangs over there, but I lost like 2 family members out there as well. But here in Arizona, it was a big problem because a lot of my cousins were just dying off.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are just dying off, and I keep seeing them just doing stuff that I couldn't even imagine witnessing. And it was just too much to the point where, like, I just got used to it.
Yeah.
Where I'm just how do you say
desensitized?
Yeah, about anything violent that happened.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I saw a man got beaten in Consul Park. I saw a man got beaten so hard. I just laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed and I just walked away. I didn't even bother to help him.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, to this day, I wonder if he was okay. If he's okay and stuff like that. And then when I was 15 and 16, it was so bad that I got arrested. Like, I just didn't care anymore. Like, I get arrested, been to juvie numerous times.
Yeah.
And it was for, like, petty stuff, It was just, like, shoplifting, trespassing, like, minor assault, like, fighting with other kids and stuff like that. It was stuff like that. But it got to the point now where I started carrying a gun. I was carrying a little 15 cal. It's a little gun, really didn't do much, but I carried it around because, I used to get, even if I walked down the street from my house, there's people from other gangs literally came up, roll up, and then just jump me right then and there. Like I said, I got beaten up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when I'm by myself, I get beaten. I try to fight, but it was really bad because I remember I got kicked in the head to the point where now I had seizures.
Really?
I had really bad seizures. I think it was called epilepsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I had to go to the hospital for that. They had to do EEGs, and I started taking painkillers and then some type of medication to help for my epilepsy. They only gave me painkillers because I was in pain.
Yeah.
And that's how I got addicted to, to heroin.
Yeah.
Because morphine was really strong.
Yeah.
It was really, really strong. And then I started to find a way to get that high back because weed wouldn't cut it, coke didn't cut it.
Yeah.
So I went to one of my friends in Gilbert. I went over there to him and I saw that he was, shooting up in his arm. And I was like, what is that? And he said, it's, in Spanish, it's called tecate. It's, it's a heroin. So I tried it the one time, and then it was like this amazing high I ever had. Like, it was so amazing. And I just nodded off. And then I got addicted to that point.
Yeah.
From 15, 16, 17, I was addicted.
Yeah.
I was a really skinny kid, like during those times when I was on drugs. It was so bad. I literally had a lot of health problems.
Yeah.
I was so skinny, I only weighed like 98 pounds.
Yeah.
Like now I weigh 143. That's a good weight.
Yeah, yeah.
But back then when I was on drugs, I was like 93 to 90.
Skinny.
Yeah, it was 6 skinny, yeah. And I overdosed a few times where I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
I remember one of the overdose that happened. It was at my friend's house in Mesa. I overdosed, and then they just left me there.
Really?
Like it was at a park, and I started overdosing, and they just left me there. And I was just like, I didn't realize they left me, because I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Because when they said they just left me there, I was like, nah, they wouldn't do that to me. I was in denial, like, because the gangs that I'm in, they were so-called my friends. They were so-called friends, and then I was still in denial. I still kick it with them. I still been with them, and then when I was 18, I was like flunking out of school. Like I was in high school already. I was supposed to graduate, and I didn't really care to the point. I was like living half dead.
Yeah.
Like it's just, there was no point of living.
Yeah.
Like I tried to commit suicide when I was like 18.
You did?
Yeah, I did. And it was I tried to, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it no more.
I'll be honest with you. I'm thankful that you couldn't. Truly, because for all the reasons, but most importantly, because we're together now. Because I wouldn't know you otherwise, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful to God. What was it like? How'd you see yourself? If you imagined a future for yourself, what did it look like?
I thought I was going to be dead before I reached 21. I literally thought either I was going to overdose, either I was going to, die by, suicide, or I was just going to get killed by the people that are, that consider me as an enemy.
Yeah.
So it was just like every time when I wake up in the morning, I couldn't really say if it's called it was depression. I think it was more than depression, because it was to the point I felt dread.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was just so heavy on me. Literally, I wake up, I go take a long shower. I used to take like 1 hour, 2 hour showers, because I just felt like nothing. I felt anything. I had no feelings. I wasn't happy about anything. And like I had a job during that time too, but all that money went to go buy drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work at Filiberto's, and they used to, I think back then the minimum wage was like $7, $8, I think, and then all that money just went go straight to drugs.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit, there was during the time, it was during school hours, I ditched. I went to go see some of my friends. We were drinking and smoking, smoking.
Yeah.
And then I got a call from my parents saying, "Hey, where you at? Like, hey, where are you? The police are looking for you." And I didn't really care. I was like, I don't care. So I went back to school. At the end of the day, I got a ride back to my house, and for sure there was the police there. It was gang detectives that were there, because apparently there was a shooting involving some people that I know at an elementary school. Thank God it was like after hours. There was a shooting at an elementary school, because I guess they were banging on each other or something happened. I don't know the full story that happened there. So they came to ask me, and I was like, I don't know nothing about that. I was like, I wasn't there. I was over here. And then so they left. But then my dad got mad at me, saying like just tell them like who you are. I knew you were there. And then I was being honest with him. I wasn't there. Like I didn't know nothing about it. And then he was like in my face, like trying to tell me, like, just tell me, like, please, like, you're ruining your life. And like without thinking, like I just struck him. Like I punched him.
Yeah.
and we got into a physical altercation in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Like my cousin, my nephews, they were young, my sister, my aunt,
Yeah.
and in front of my mom. So we were having a physical altercation, and then we got separated, and then my mom called the cops. The cops came back. The gang detectives came back.
Yeah.
They arrested me.
Yeah.
And then they took me to juvie.
Yeah.
But then they said I was 18, so I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
So at first I'm like, I didn't care. I was like, I could handle jail. Like I could do it. So when I went to jail, I was like just thinking. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, is this something I really want to do? You know, I was only there for like 3 months. Got out, and then I was with my cousins. We went out, and can't really say, but
Yeah.
they did some things. We got caught, and I went back straight to jail.
Ugh.
Yeah, went back straight to jail. And then I was in there for quite a while, and that was a really good reflecting point right there, because, you know, I was just thinking, like, is this what I want to do? Like, is this really how I want to feel? Like, what am I doing that I just want to keep doing what I'm doing? Like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't want to do drugs anymore. I don't want to. It was like a moment of clarity where, like, I'm messing up my life bad. So I started getting clean. In jail. And then when I got out, I went to this little AA thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, in Spanish, it's called Amor y Servicios. In English, it's Love and Service. So I started going there. And then I went back to school. I was so low on credits, I only have like 2 credits.
Yeah.
But there was a program called the Sundown Program in Mesa Public Schools. Before they shut it down, I think. I went there and got all my credits up, graduated in 2016. I graduated along my sister. My sister was not happy that I graduated with her, but, you know, I graduated 2016. I got clean, and then I started working. I started working a lot more in Filiberto's, and, you know, I still wasn't on my journey to God just yet.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just, I believed in God, because God did save me from everything there. Like, I told my mom, like, hey, I believe in God, but I don't believe in the churches. Because back then I had a mentality of thinking churches are just man-made.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't believe really what man has to say, you know?
So you thought, obviously, God's hand was involved in it. It was in your mind, your heart. He was in your mind and heart. But you weren't ready yet to say, all right, I'm all in, at least in the more formalized Christian life. All right.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
So how did you, I mean, at what moment did that start to happen? When it was like, all right, I'll be open to it.
So it was literally last year.
Last year?
Last year, yeah, because during the years, I started going to church again. Because we started my business. You know, business was going good, so I told God, I promised him, like, hey, if the business is good, I'll start going to church every day. You know, pray to you every day. Go to because in Roman Catholic Church there's a shrine where I go and be part of the admiration crew. And you know, I did that, but I did it so lukewarm.
Yeah.
Like, I'd show up to church 30 minutes late. I didn't read the Bible. I didn't, you know, I went half late to my admiration time. I was just so lukewarm. I didn't really care, you know. So, like, in a way, I felt like I betrayed God.
Okay,
yeah,
why
I betrayed God because I felt like I promised him and he gave me everything that I prayed for. And all of a sudden, just because everything's going good, like I had money, I have friends, I have, you know, paying my bills. I basically just reminds me of, I think it was like Exodus where, you know, everybody's having it so good, but then all of a sudden, like, everything's so good, you forget about God, and then everything goes bad again. So everything went bad for my company, where I got so much overwhelming debt, like to the point where I got 2 lawsuits. I had people angry at me because I haven't paid them. And it was just really bad. Like, we had some work then and there, but I had to get another job in order to get, you know,
pay the bills.
Pay the bills, And then, so last year, I remember the day, July 22nd. July 22nd, all of a sudden I was driving down on the 202, passing 24th Street. All of a sudden, the sun, like the sun was shining against me, and I had this overwhelming fire inside me,
Mm-hmm.
saying, I want to pray more. Like, I really do want to pray more. And so then after work, I went to a church here in Phoenix on 24th Street in Thomas, like at 5, 6 in the afternoon. I went there, I got on my knees, and I asked God, I basically prayed saying, God, I surrendered myself to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I give you my heart, my soul. I give you my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I sacrificed myself to you. And then all of a sudden I started doing my prayers. I do prayers in the morning, doing prayers in the afternoon, and do my prayers at night before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
So everything was started doing good. I started going to church on early this time.
Yeah.
I started being like how God wants you to be in order to praise Him. And then even when a lot of things were going bad in my life, I didn't ask for God for anything anymore. I just say, God, I thank you for my struggles, my trials, and my tribulation. I know they are needed for my salvation.
Yeah.
Like everything that I went through, I know
Yeah.
I needed it for my salvation.
Yeah, totally. You said a couple of things just there. It's funny. I have been working on a new framework. I call it SOS, like reaching out for help. And it's an acronym for the first step. We have to surrender our will and become obedient to God, which then means we'll have to sacrifice and struggle to do the right things. But in that, I find that's what we call here as warrior saints being a crucifixional. We find that that's really the only way that works. So in your own journey at this point, did you, when you surrendered and then started to, face the struggles and the sacrifices in life, what did you notice? I mean, was God's hand involved? I don't mean in a magical sense, Irving, but like what was happening in your life?
Yeah, so basically when I surrendered, there was still a lot of bad things going on, but I noticed that there was a reason for it. For example, when I ran out of money, it showed me who my friends are. Because all the friends that I used to have, I used to pay for dinners. I used to take them to trips. I used to do all sorts of stuff instead of, paying taking care of my family, like my mom, my dad, and my sisters, because we are all dependent on the business. I just focused on them.
Yeah.
So when I ran out of money, back then I thought that God abandoned me. But now I noticed that it was for a reason. It showed me who my true friends are. Because all the friends, I don't talk to them no more.
Yeah.
Like, I only have one friend that actually stood by me.
Yeah.
Even when I was dead broke, he stood by me.
Yeah.
But everybody else just left.
Yeah.
Like, they don't talk to me no more. They have problems with me now. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And to be honest, good riddance.
Yeah.
And then I had a girlfriend at the time that she just asked for money all the time. And I gave her thousands of dollars every week just so she could buy stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I ran out of money, she left too.
Yeah.
And
so that didn't happen to you. That happened for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
because like you said, it gave you some freedom in some sense from, fake relationships, or at least, relationships that weren't as deep and as you deserved.
Yeah.
Well, thank God for all things, like we say, When did you hear about the Orthodox Church? How'd that all happen?
So basically what happened was when I was going to Roman Catholic for since July till September before I started coming here, I was literally just one day just on my phone, just looking through brain rot on Instagram, just stupid videos, stupid memes.
Brain rot. We got to remember that. It's great.
So, and then all of a sudden, I just got one video of a Roman Catholic meme, and then I liked it. And all of a sudden, my algorithm did a 180, and all of a sudden, I got a lot of Catholic memes, Christian memes.
Yeah.
I got so much videos, and to be honest, I like that more instead of brain rot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that a lot more. And then all of a sudden there's this one video that caught my attention, and it's literally says, "What is Orthodoxy?" And they were explaining it in the video, and I never heard of Orthodoxy before. Never heard of it. Only heard, the Roman Catholic and then the non-denominationals, all that stuff. But I never heard of Orthodoxy. So when I saw that video, I started did a little bit more research, and something was just drawing me more, because my faith was growing along the way during those months. And then my faith, for me, I feel like my faith brought me to Orthodoxy because of how strong my faith with God is. So then I started researching everything, and I loved everything about it. And then my girlfriend at that time, I asked her like, hey, I want to go to Orthodox Church. I want to see what's it all about. And then the day before September, I think it was like September 7th. I can't remember. It was during the early weeks of September. On Saturday, I looked, pull up the map. I put Orthodox churches near me, and there was so much. I didn't realize there was Orthodox churches here in Arizona, but there was so much. But for some reason, St. George called me out the most, because there was St. Sophia's, there was there was the Assumption, there was like so many, but St. George called me more. So when I got ready for Sunday, I came to Orthodox, because I didn't really understand what's Orthodox or Divine Liturgy. I didn't really understand, so I thought the church starts at 8 and then it ends at 9, or 1 hour service and stuff like that. So when I came to Orthodox, literally when I first walked in, I felt like a breath of air.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, I felt like at home.
Yeah.
So when I went in there, sat down, literally I fell in love with the church.
Yeah.
And then the people were way more welcoming. Yeah, because they, really when I showed up, Lamise, she came. She was the first one to show up, and she shook my hand. She introduced herself. And then I got introduced to you the first time. And then I got introduced to everybody, and it was just I felt welcome.
Yeah.
Because over there in Roman Catholic Church, a lot of people are nice, but the church I went to, a lot of people did not like me.
Yeah.
They were too judgy because the way I dress,
Yeah.
where I came from.
Yeah.
So even during the time when they say peace be with you and everybody shakes their hand, nobody shook my hand.
Really?
Yeah, nobody shook my hand. Yeah, there were like some people, but a lot of people did not want to.
See, in the Orthodox Church, we go further. We shake hands, but we hug and kiss
Exactly.
everybody. so, all right, this is great. So your first, foray into the church was positive, and thank God. And the people that you spoke about are amazing. And I'm bragging because I love my people, but they are welcome. It's a big tribe, a big family.
Yeah.
Eventually, you decided that you wanted to enter the path. We call it becoming a catechumen, which this word comes from the Greek to mean like instruction. So you're on the path to becoming an Orthodox Christian. And we are making plans for all that good stuff. But as you entered the catechumenate and became someone who's on that path, have you noticed anything that the faith has given you, or that the church has given you, to take you from this already amazing place that you're at to level up?
Yeah, it's a sense of family.
Yeah.
Because I do have my family's really big. My mom has 11 brothers and sisters, and my dad has 13 brothers and sisters, and I have all my cousins. But since I lost a lot of them, when I first came here, I got the sense of family. I felt great. And I felt happier than usual. Because now even if I have one of those stressful days ever in my life, like with work, or, got in a fight with my parents, or got in a fight with my girlfriend, or got in a fight with, with anything, or something just so stressful, literally, I don't worry about it no more.
Yeah.
I just, I have stressful, but at the end of the day, I just feel happy. I don't feel as stressed as before, where back then I used to cry. I used to cry. I used to I wanted to give up on everything, but now it's just okay, this happens.
Yeah.
This happened. What can I do in order to make it better? What can I do for it not to happen again?
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've said this to you before too. Stop being so happy, because you always are so. Your smile is always ear to ear, and you're filled with joy. How do you? Can you give me advice? But for anyone watching and listening, how do you stay positive and happy in the face of all of those struggles that you were talking about?
It's just putting your trust and faith in God. Literally, when I put my trust in God, and for example, I had a really bad day last week. To the point where I just I couldn't handle it no more. I just went to my little prayer corner that I have at my home. I got down on my knees and I say, God, I trust you. Yeah. I know at the end of the day, at the end of everything's gonna come out on top, and then everything goes away.
Yeah.
All my stressful goes away. And then you just gotta put your trust in God. Just put your trust and faith in Him.
Yeah.
And then you feel way more better.
All right, so tell me about that. When you say to put your trust in God, what does that mean to you? What do you specifically do, think, feel, act, whatever, when you say, God, I'm putting my trust in you?
Like for example, like for work today, I asked God, like, hey, I put my trust in you that this job will be okay. Like there will be no problems. And then right now there's no problems at all.
All right,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's like basically, like you just gotta see beyond little things. Like for example, if something happened, like you hit your toe on the table, and then all of a sudden something fell, that's putting your trust in God. Like, hey, maybe you get hurt, but maybe it's saving you from something much more worse.
Yeah.
Like way worse.
So you're doing when you put your trust, you then have to step up and do your actions that go with it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really what trust means, in putting our faith and trust in God. It's not that He is like, this heavenly magician who waves a magic wand and makes everything good for Irving or any of the rest of us. I mean, we got to do our part.
Yeah, exactly.
And with that goes a lot of struggle. Here's another question for you. If you're comfortable, what's your current struggle? What are you fighting with right now?
I'm actually fighting against lust.
Okay.
Lust, yeah.
All right.
Lust is my number one, because I beat a lot of things, but lust is so hard.
Yeah.
Lust is really, really, really hard.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for life, man. Look, I am a man as well. I hear tons of confessions. It is almost in every single confession, 90%, and the other 10% are lying. No, my point is, like, yeah, it's a fight. So, what do you think about? Because I often think about these kinds of fights, sins that we struggle with, and all this kind of stuff. And we don't always win, man.
Yeah.
I'm a sinner. Let me tell you, you're a way better man than I. So I am familiar with the fact that sometimes we like yes, and then sometimes we're like, oh, I sinned.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on that kind of stuff? I'm not ever going to say, oh, Irving, don't worry about it. But like, what's your perspective on that fight with the wins and losses?
Yeah. So there was a lot of times where I sinned, and it's like I feel really bad. Like back then, if I sinned, I didn't care. But now it's just like, okay, I did something bad. I got to do something to fix it. I got to repent myself. I got to do something to redeem myself. Just so God forgive me. I mean, God is merciful, He has a lot of mercy for us.
Yeah.
But, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
So I'd rather do anything I can to repent and to redeem myself from, from losing.
Yeah.
For winning, like it feels good that I beat some sins, but like I know I could do better.
Yeah.
I could do way better than just winning a few sins. I could, I try to do my best to become a better man.
Yeah.
In order to beat all the sins, even though it's not possible, we're always gonna sin.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just, at least put in the effort.
Fight like hell.
Fight like hell. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And the winning is ultimately up to God, anyways, right? I mean, we have to decide. Are we going to be a lion who's going to go after it, or just to be a lamb and just take what comes? Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I'm hopefully taking your lead and inspired by your story, and and fighting through all of the sins and temptations that like you say, all of us face. And to win is not up to us. To fight is. That's our duty. That's why we talk about being warrior saints and living crucifixionally. I mean, that's the whole thrust of it all. Is like, let's get some. Okay, so here's a kind of a different direction as we get, towards wrapping up. What if somebody out there feels trapped, or they're stuck, or, addicted, or in, just bottom of their life situations like you were all those years ago? What would you offer? If you were to see that person sitting here, you would say to them?
So I would say to them, like, do not give up.
Yeah.
Because I was in that position. I literally had nothing. It was to the point I had nothing. But with one little shred of hope, everything could come out good. Like everything, you could overcome anything. Like you could say you can't overcome this, but if you put your trust in God, you put your faith in God, you follow His steps, you follow Him, you can beat anything.
Yeah. Well, sound advice, sage wisdom to give to somebody. You know, I mean, there are probably 0 words that you said today that I don't agree with. You know, I mean, I think it's amazing. I appreciate you spending the time and telling your story so openly. I mean, you know, it's to me that's a sign of strength too, Irving. That you know, like it is what it is. You
Yeah.
did what you did. You chose what you chose, and now you're choosing different. And I think too that I often say this to my spiritual children. You, and I'll talk to you, Irving, you are exactly who you are because of everything you have chosen in life, the good things and the not so good things. But through those decisions, and if you will, that full arsenal of all of your choices, you are now the man who's sitting before me, who is someone that I respect enough to come and say, talk to my group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whose own life is inspiring to me and to many others. And so in some sense, while I don't ever want to say, well, go out and sin, you know, the idea is that we can use them and learn from them to become better men and better women. So your story, that's why I found it to be so powerful, because you figured that out without any of us. You figured that out just through your hard work and through God's grace and mercy. And I guess your final word of don't you ever quit is great. So, all right, let me ask you last one.
Of course.
What do you want to say? Anything else?
The only thing I would like to say is just, yeah, do not give up.
Yeah.
Like, do not give up. Like, I was gonna give up a long time ago.
Yeah.
But there's more to life, way more to life once you put your faith in God.
Yeah. Attaboy. I love you.
I love you too.
I'm proud of you. I really am. I'm so glad you're with us. I'm grateful. Anyways, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And if you had to go, come out of work, all right, go back to work and get after it.
No
But we
worries.
hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'm sure that you all see the inspiration that we see here at the Academy. So love you, beautiful people. We'll be back shortly with another live stream. And until then, as always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.